What's up, beautiful people? Yo, I want to talk to you guys real quick. We got to point out the problem. What's the problem? Okay, I'm going to address it. I'm going to address the problem that I feel from my perspective. All right. Now, I ain't been in the news like that lately. Obviously, I decided to come on X today and just see what's going on, in the world and see what videos pop up on my feed. Right. I found a couple, one in particular that I'm going to share, and then a couple posts that I found. Before I get started, I want to ask you all, can you hear me okay? Am I good? Is the music too loud? Are we good to go? Can we roll? Because I feel like we need to talk about this one, man, and I want to give my take on it. So I've seen a couple posts, right? What's going on, y'all? Binary, what's going on? Artie, what's going on? Sanaa, what's going on? Nikki, how y'all doing? I see you guys. I see you. I see everybody in the chat. Appreciate you for being here. I found some stuff, right? I read a post that said that never before in America there's an attack on blacks and Jews, is what it said. There's an attack on blacks and Jews that are happening that we haven't seen in decades in America. At first I'm like, not really, right? Maybe. And then I'm like, no, it's not. That's not a real thing. I don't see it. Maybe, I don't know. It's not a part of my everyday life. I don't see people out here attacking, Jewish people, and I don't see people out here attacking black people in the everyday world. What's going on? What are we talking about here? What is this? So then I go through comments and I'm like, okay. We're going to get into all of that. First, I want to share with you. What's up, beautiful people? I see you guys in the chat, man. I appreciate you all being here with me right now. I want to talk about this because the problem, I'm going to point it out as we go along. So I'm going to hit pause and all that as we go. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Remember to hit that like button. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. I'm going to point out some things as we play this video. Okay. And I'm going to try to give a perspective from a person that's a believer, not somebody that's triggered by race, not somebody that's triggered by politics. Just, I want to give it from a perspective of somebody that's got a heart that's leaning more towards God than anything else. With that, let's go ahead and play this video.
Black people are allowed to talk about black culture in a way that white culture cannot.
Stop. Now, this is Charlie Kirk. For people who don't know who this person is, this is Charlie Kirk. Now, I'm not a fan of Charlie Kirk. Some of his takes I like, because he does say some things that are real. A lot of what he says is real, but he's a part of the problem that causes division in this country. Now, I know what some people are thinking, like, no, Cash, I love Charlie. That's all good with me. You can love Charlie. That's cool. I love Charlie, too. I pray for you. I pray for Charlie. But you heard what he just said right there? Black. Listen to it again.
Black people are allowed to talk about black culture in a way that white culture cannot.
If that was true, Charlie Kirk wouldn't exist. Charlie Kirk loves talking about black culture. And some of the things that he says is valid. But a lot of what he says is not valid. And it's divisive. Right there. Why do you got to say black people? If we're all talking about uniting, why talk about black people, black culture? All of this stuff. Let's keep going. Let's listen to the context.
For example, black people can go up and say that there's a baby mama problem in black America, and white people are not allowed to say that. Oh, I just did. So what are you going to do? Cancel me?
Now, a baby mama problem in black America. Listen to me. This is part of the problem that I see, right? Some people will agree with Charlie and say, well, Cash, let's be real, dog. You got 4 baby mamas. Let's be real, Cash. Black people got a bunch of baby mamas. Now, I would be okay with you saying that if there weren't white people that have a bunch of baby mamas. The reason why Charlie Kirk's argument is a fallacy right here, Donald Trump got the same amount of baby mamas as me. The president that we all like got 4 baby mamas or something like that. Elon Musk. How many baby mamas does Elon Musk got? So that means that it is not exclusive, number one, to only black people. Okay? Are you saying that Donald Trump and Elon Musk are partaking in black culture? when you talk about black people having baby mamas? That's a black thing. Number two, I know a bunch of people of all different ethnicities and backgrounds that got baby mamas. That's not any guy. Well, what does that have to do with black people and black culture? That is, come on. That's just a man. Men being, men in a time before they get to where they get to understand, like, yo, I wish I never would have made those mistakes, right? Not the children. The children aren't mistakes, but to have multiple women as the mother of your children. You learn as you go. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. That's divisive. To me, that is divisive. The problem is not that it's black people or black culture. That's not black culture. That's just, it's a thing. It just happens. The problem is maybe you didn't have people teaching you that that's not the way to go. Let's keep going.
Black people are allowed to say, I'm
a grown man. I got way too much to worry about.
Black people are allowed to say that there is a systemic fraud issue within the PP loan application in black America. Black people are much easier to be able to say that black individuals, despite being 13% of the American population, commit 55% of the murders. If most white people say that at a job, they would get fired for being a racist. I don't care because I say whatever I want.
Again, I would be okay with people pointing out these statistics. I used to point out these statistics, but then when you learn more about it, you learn more about the people that, when you're using black America, look up the overturn rate of black people convicted of murders and how many of them get exonerated. Look that up. How many of them get released because they were wrongly convicted? Look that statistic up and match that with it. And then again, are there not white people that commit murders? Are there not brown people, red people that commit murders? The problem isn't black. It's not a black thing. It's just people that do wrong. Why put the color on it? This is where you have a person that is black, right? That ain't got no identity in politics at all. Maybe they're trying to learn. Maybe they're trying to learn about it, right? If they were to watch Charlie Kirk, they would say, oh, no, I ain't never going to vote for a Republican because of this dude, because you hear what he's saying and he has no identity. He has no idea what he's talking about because he doesn't come from over here. And he's putting all these negative, all the things that he feels is negative, he's putting solely on the black community and not understanding the bigger picture here. It's not a black problem. Everybody does these things that he's talking about, but he's highlighting because in his mind, most black people or a majority of black people are committing these types of crimes. It's insane to me. That's like saying that, there's a problem in the white community with, child porn or child predators. That would be the equivalent of people saying that because a majority of people that commit those crimes, and especially if you go through prison, happen to be white. But we are smart enough to understand, everybody, that obviously that's not a part of white culture. That's a sick mind inside of a human being that just has a corrupt mind. That's what that is. It has nothing to do with the person being white. You get it? You get what I'm trying to say here? Let's keep going.
So black individuals have much more intellectual public freedom than white people do. If a white person were to come up and say, black America really needs to get its act together and stop sleeping around all the time and needs to actually have monopoly.
Why would you?
Because it's true. Because it's true.
But you see? Do you see that? I noticed that Charlie only likes to debate people that are younger, number one, and number two, that he can tell, like you could tell that they're not going to have any good responses. My argument at that point would have been, bro, you voted for a guy that got 4 baby mamas, which I got no problem with. For me, before, especially, I'm saved now and I'm doing my best to walk right, but old Cash would have been dapping Trump up like, I see you, big dog. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's, come on, bro. You can't make this about color. You take the color out of it, man. It has everything to do with the way that people have been conditioned, and that's not because of a color. That has nothing to do with the color. That has everything to do with what you're taking in, with the things that are happening around you, with the shows that you're watching, the music that you're, and we're gonna get into all of that. Let's keep going.
Up to someone and talk and attack their culture from the outside.
Well, hold
You
on,
can't
because
talk about someone.
hold on. Let's look at the evidence. You said to myself, you said there's all these people suffering in Chicago. There's all these people that are terrible. I'm telling you why. It's because there's been bad decisions that have been institutionalized. Let me finish. And rap artists and athletes and people at the top level of black society that refuse to ever challenge the core rot in black America.
Okay, there's some truth to what he said right there, right? But now I want to ask you a question, America. I want to ask you a question, and I want you to think about this, all right? Why is it that black people, that's what he's talking about, black people, when he talks about the rappers, the NBA stars and NFL stars and everything he just mentioned, right? Adding to the crime in Chicago. He said that they've been institutionalized and audit. Why do the rappers and all of them exist? Think about it. Why do so many black children want to be rappers? Why do so many black children want to get into the NBA? Why? Maybe because that's what's rewarded. You ever thought about that? Who are the people that say, you know what? He's got talent. Let's make him the biggest rap star in the world. Why is it that all the different musicians and rappers and singers that I know personally that are far more talented than the people that are in the industry right now that don't promote being promiscuous, that don't promote, gang banging, that don't promote drugs, that promote conscious music, right? Conscious rap that makes you think. Why are they not rewarded with a record deal? So if they see, okay, this dude's nice, right? He got flow, but he will never make it because of the type of music that he makes. Well, now they're conditioning people to think that this type of music on the other side that is degenerate, that promotes degeneracy, that promotes everything that is vile and evil and abominable to God, this is rewarded. So if I do this, I can make it out of the hood. If I do this, I could get the money. If I do this, you see what I'm saying? You're taught that that's what you get rewarded on. It's not that that's black culture. It's that this is what I have to do to make it out. I have to become an NBA star. I got to be like Mike. You see what I'm saying? It's all these, they're conditioned to believe that, compared to, say, a black family in a community that is higher class. They ain't tripping on them. Do you think for one second that a black family or white family or Mexican or like brown family, all American, right? Do you think that a higher class, growing up in the best schools, growing up in an area where they don't got to worry about bullets flying, they ain't got a drug problem, they don't have any of those things going on, do you think for a second that they're listening to music and thinking, oh, I have to be like that in order to make it? I have to go and get the brick, and I got to sell the brick, and I got to go and I got to get Buddy because Buddy was acting up. So I had to go and sit down and, do my thing. No, they understand that this is just entertainment. And I definitely don't ever want to live that life. Sounds good. The beat's great. Crazy story. Did you hear what he said he had to do? That's a crazy story. Very entertaining, but I never want to go to the hood. That's what they thinking. I don't know if Charlie thinks that just like all of black society, all the black people in the country experience the same thing. There's no such thing as black people who don't identify with what you call black culture. They have their own black culture that is American culture, that are lawyers and doctors, and they're not in the NBA and they're not rappers. They made it because of the business that they started, and their father, got generational, whatever it is. But then you got people that believe that this is reality, and talking to kids who maybe come from that reality. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe they don't, and that's why they can't defend it. I come from it, so I'm able to defend this easily. I promise you, Charlie would probably never want to talk to me, because I would talk to him like a brother and just use common sense and say, bro, You tripping right now, and you're adding to the divide when you marginalize. You say you compartmentalize everybody and say black, black, black. No, it's not black people. This is people. This is just Americans that are from a lower class of society. The people that live in the nice houses in a gated community aren't the same as the people that live in the ghetto. And that doesn't matter what color you are. The people that live in the gated community that have money and are brought up in a whole different life because their family worked hard or a generation before them worked hard and made it to where they never had to go through the things that they may have went through, or maybe they never went through. But it's a different type of life compared to the people growing up and doing the things that you're talking about that they're doing. The funny thing is, Trump didn't come from none of that, and neither did Elon. And they still did the things that you're basically saying is foul. Got multiple baby mamas. What is wrong? Listen, what's wrong with that? Why aren't you on Trump's case about having a whole bunch of different baby mamas? You know? Come on, be fair. There's no, that's so small. That's small. And you talk about the violence. The violence in the black community is no different than the violence in any other community. It's just people. Take black out of it is my whole thing. Just stand against the violence. Say that the violence is wrong. Stop pointing out to black, because not all black people like me hear you and be like, bro, why you make my job hard when I have to talk about politics in any kind of way, because they point to people like Charlie Kirk and then point to videos like this. And it's just like, come on, dude. Come on, bro. Just talk about the violence. Leave the black out of it. Make them feel included as Americans, and maybe you can help build the Republican Party up a little bit better, because they'll see somebody that's just sticking to the point and the facts of the situation without putting color into it and addressing the problem. It's not a black problem. This is an American problem, because in every hood that there's white people that live there too. There's brown people that live there too. In every upper class community that there are black people that live there too. Amongst the people that you think are just white. Like white is right in Charlie's mind. You got to stop it. If the Republican Party is worried at all about trying to be inclusive and bring more people in and raise up the next generation of leaders that are going to be America first, then you have to stop making people feel left out, because you're only attacking skin color. The problems within the skin color. That is the stupidest thing that you could do if you're trying to build something strong. It's ridiculous. That's true. But here's the thing. With your same logic, Charlie, should we not point out the people that are putting them on a pedestal and praising the violence that you so hate, that you say is plaguing the black community, the behavior of the black community? Who's the people that put that up on a pedestal? Who is the people that say, here's your idol? Listen to their music, watch their movies, do everything that they do, and we'll make you rich. Who are they? And how come you're not talking about them if you really, really are concerned about the problem? Let's be real. That's my question. I'm not going to go any deeper on that. You think about that. Who are they? I'm going to leave it there. I don't know if you guys probably can't. Are you hearing any of this stuff from this dude? I ain't even got to put it up on the screen, do I? Let me see. Make sure you guys can hear it.
It just doesn't matter.
What doesn't matter? You mean things that happen? Again, I've been through this multiple times. Let me just ask you one.
But you're not listening to understand. You're listening to reply.
No, I'm doing both actually, and so. But let me just ask one final question,
kid.
right?
You can
Which
tell
is
that's
that
a kid.
you have your entire future ahead of you. Mm-hmm. When you are hired for a job, would you rather be hired because of your race or because of how qualified you are?
It doesn't boil down to just that.
That's what DEI is, man.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No,
it is
not.
definitionally the hiring of
about
people.
DEI, Charlie. On that, brother, you and I do agree. I agree with you on the DEI aspect. All right, so we have that, but then there's something else, right, that I came across. I want to show you guys this. Okay, so I don't know if I could put that on there, so let me not put that up. I'll just read it to you guys. Hold on. Let me not put it up on the screen, so I don't want to get no backlash. So Dom LaCree, I think that's how you say it, Dom LaCree. I like some of his content. Sometimes I don't like his take on things. Very intelligent brother from what I could see. But he got this post that says, "This is the scariest time to be Jewish or black in America in decades." I don't get that. I don't understand that at all. Okay. So then it made me go to his page. And he said, "I'd rather be called Goy than NIGG hard, the hard ER at the end. How can white Americans expect blacks to stand with blatant racism? I stood against George Floyd. I stood against Trayvon Martin. I stood against Jordan Neely. I stood against Sandra Bland. I stood against Mike Brown. The moment I stood with a black child that was called the N-word, I was called a traitor and tribal. You can't expect to maintain black support if you cut us off the first time you disagree." Well, here's what I have to say to you, Dom. And this is, it's funny to me because a lot of black conservative voices, right now, a lot of black conservative voices are finding out that a lot of the base of people that followed them weren't about America first. See, this is why I love the people that follow me. The people that follow me, they don't care about skin color, and they will condemn anybody that does something foul or racist, right? They don't stand with me because of my stance that, I just said the popular thing that, it just condemns all black people all the time and they're always a problem. No, I try to speak truth. I try to just speak what's real in a way that is, it's not, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, but you know what I mean. Whereas a lot of these people will come out and say the most horrible thing. They come out and just condemn the black community. Again, you become part of the divide, and you find out later that you attracted people that aren't just MAGA or Trump supporters or America first. You attracted the racist. You attracted the real racist people that claim to be America first, so they can use your video to share out and say, look at what this N-word has to say. He said it, not me. I didn't say it, he said it. And then they put you out there on Front Street and say, look it, he said it. Well, then you castrate yourself in front of all the other people that you could have been reaching. That would have happened to have been black, that maybe were thinking about coming to being a conservative or to being America first and understanding what it is that we actually stand for. Because you're just always against black. Not saying that Dom is, but a lot of black conservatives, that happens to be the case. A lot of black conservatives don't have a black base of people that follow them, which shouldn't matter. But the reason why I'm pointing this out is because in the comments, I went to the comment section of this post, and it is a ton of people that's being crazy, and then you find the racist people that followed you. You find the racist people that followed you in the comment sections of his posts, calling this brother some hateful names, calling him some hateful. I'm talking about being racist towards this brother. But what I want to point out, and you got black people in the comments that saying, oh, you finally got your N-word wake-up call. Oh, you finally finding out that you attracted the racists and not the real America first people. The same thing that I'm saying. Oh, you finding out that that your cause is not their cause, but their cause is your cause. It's all kinds of stuff being said in the comment section. So here's the thing that I want to point out again, and this is to you, Dom, if you happen to see this, brother. Don't think that the racist people that are in your comment section are the only people that follow you. You have good people that are black, white, red, brown, whatever, that do follow you for the great things that you do say. But you do have a very critical base of people that follow you to say the bad, you know, they cut you down whenever you disagree with anything that they got to say, because then they can't use your content to throw out there at black people to say, look at your own people is saying this, they agree with me. You know what I'm saying? It's not everybody in there is like that. A lot of the people, when you, with your comment, what you said you'd rather be called that than the N-word. How can white Americans see? Now you're a part of the problem too, bro, because you're saying, how can white Americans? Not all white Americans are in your comment section saying the racist things to you. Some of them are they're just loyal followers of yours that are just like you for you, that have no part in the racist ideology of the people that are in your comment section calling you racist names. We have to get away from the labels of race. You should have never put white in it, bro. I mean, it's your platform. Do what you do. You know what I'm saying? If I was you, I wouldn't have put the white people or white Americans expect black Americans to stand with blatant racism. No. Good Americans are expecting good Americans to stand with or to stand against blatant racism. I expect the people that follow me, no matter what color they are, to stand against racism the same way that they would expect me to stand against racism or stand against any wrong, to stand against any injustice, and just call it how it is without putting race in it. Leave the color out. Whenever a racist person comes into my comments, I don't make that reflect on every other white person that follows me, because I don't see that person as a racist white person. I see that person as a racist. That's all. He's just a racist. She's just a racist. Now to touch on the subject that the lady, the white lady, the lighter skinned American, as I like to say, the lighter skinned American that called the little boy the N-word at the park is what this is all over. I guess he had a take on it, and everybody tried to just come at him and just jumped on him because he decided to take a stand for the little boy and call out the chick, because I guess she created a Give, Send, Go, and a bunch of money was raised in her defense, and like proud of her for calling out this little kid, darker skinned American kid. And she called him that word. And people are all upset about it. Listen, I don't think that we should be upset at all. It just shows that there are people in the country that still are a little brain dead, that have not found God. That's all. In my mind, you know what I'm thinking? Man, we got work to do. We just got work to do. That's all. We just need to keep on doing what we do. Keep on being good. Keep on speaking life. Keep on doing what's right. And hopefully they'll see that. And then sometimes I even tell myself, yo, these people might not even be real. It could be just some very wealthy people that want to make it look like, again, because everything is optics. You see a bunch of names that donated to this, but you don't know if them names are real. You don't know if these are if this could be fake accounts that's giving this lady money, just to make it look like America's super racist. Because I'm telling you, when I walk outside my door, I don't see. I just did a thing in Michigan City with my brother, right? He opened up a shop. My brother, who is Honduran and Puerto Rican, but American, right? He's a Puerto Rican Honduran, but he's an American all the way through. Started a business. There was white, black, red, yellow, purple, green. Everybody was up inside this place having a good time. We were all hanging out together. No problem. No problems. We don't see the racism out here where they trying to make us think that racism's hiding in every crevice and corner. Watch out. Watch out. There's racists out here. We ain't flip, man. We ain't worried about none of that. Nowhere. I don't see it. Do they exist? Are there people in the world? Yes. Have I seen it? Yes. But not on an everyday regular. It is abnormal. It's abnormal. The normal thing that I see every day is just people. Everyday people of all different colors going and shopping in the same places and eating at the same restaurants, saying hi to each other in traffic, all of that. The other thing that they want me to believe exists on a big scale, it's not there. It's not there. So now you got this Twitter beef going on. Well, you got another brother, I don't know his name. I like a lot of his posts, but he's more on the, you know how you got the people that are like pro-white, and then you got the other people that are like pro-black. And it's like this little war. Now, all these people are in this dude's comment section, and they're going at it with each other. So I read the comments, and I'm just like, dang. So I want to say to Dom Lucre, I believe is how you would say that, Dom Lucre, brother, keep on doing what you're doing, right? Because you got a big following. You do have a big following. You have a lot of people that follow you, bro. Just try to be conscious of what you say moving forward. That's all. Take out the race. You can be a conservative without having to put race into everything. I know that that's what people want to see, but bro, I mean, I don't know what, if you in it for money, or if you're in it for the actual change, like you want to make change. If you're in it to want to make change, bro, don't make things about race. Keep God first in the forefront of your mind when you're giving your delivery to anybody, you know? And don't pay attention to the trolls in your comment section. Don't pay attention to what might not even be an actual human being. It could be a bot. It can literally not even be somebody that's real behind that keyboard. And keep doing what you're doing. Don't think that all white people or all black people hate you, because there's a lot of people that you would think are black people in your comment section that are coming for your head, and like they saying that they hate you, bro. Like they coming at you, and it's crazy. I've been there. I feel you. But the way out of that, bro, the way out of that is just to keep on doing what you're doing, but be more cautious of the way that you present information, man. The next post that you shared was really dope. I really liked. And I want to highlight that for everybody, man, because this is dope. You know, I like how you did. I love the sarcasm within this post. Let me pull it up for you guys so you can see it. So first, this is the caption that he put. This is Dom Lucre. He say, "These black thugs have really gone too far. A group of Black Lives Matter supporters violently attacked this group of white conservatives." So now I'm intrigued. And at first I'm like, I casted a judgment. I was like, yo, bro, why would you say these black thugs? Like, and I didn't know that he was being sarcastic. So I'm gonna give you the heads up that was sarcasm that he was using, because this is a pretty beautiful thing to see. So let's go ahead and check it out.
Too black, too strong. Too black, too strong. Too black, too strong. Too black, too strong. How about it? How about to the people? How about to the people?
I can't just sit back and feel this way without trying to change it.
You got the Black Lives Matter and stuff. We all matter, hell. We all on board. Keep it now, brother. Yes, sir, bro. We all y'all brothers and sisters. This is how you kick down the wall. This is how you kick down the wall.
That's how you kick down the wall. That's how you kick down the wall.
It's time for us to stop this today. No more walls.
Today, we're going to show the rest of the country how we came together.
Everybody get it in here, man. Everybody get it in. Everybody get it in. Everybody get it in. Everybody get it in.
And I thank you so much, as I am so humble that you allowed us to come a long time ago. And
That's
today, I pray again, thank you so much. I pray that everybody makes it. Amen.
Amen. Ain't that what it should be? Ain't that what it should be? That right there. Forget the color. We standing against the issue. What's the issue? And let's stick to that. We point out the problem, not the color. You know what I'm saying? So I was saying breaking the barriers, where we discuss the tough topics by attacking the issue and not each other. That's it. Attack the issue together, no matter what color you are, no matter what side of the aisle that you fall on, Democrat or Republican. Attack the issue. The issue is what should matter, not the party, not the color, none of that. What's the issue? We got a crime problem? Okay, let's attack it. Why do we have a crime problem? Listen to Charlie. Black people. No. It's the things that are being taught. It's a lack of opportunity, poverty. It's so many different things. Fatherless homes. It's a lot. There's a lot of different aspects. Let's attack these issues. What can we do? Well, we need a big brother program over here desperately. Maybe some mentorship. Let's start a trade school. Let's get an organization together and see if we could get people to donate to send these guys to a summer camp where they can learn about Jesus or something. Anything. Let's try to solve the issues together. I'm by no means a man that is wealthy, right? I don't have money like that. Not like that. But I give my money that I can to good causes. Maybe not a charity, like maybe I just do things on my own that I won't broadcast. Because you don't, what's it say in the Bible? You never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. You just do it. You just do it. And that's what I try to do. If everybody would do that, like in an agreement, like, yo, we got a whole pact right here. We got a whole bunch of us and we want to attack these issues. Let's all put our money in a pot and donate to this cause right here of getting these kids into some programs or whatever it is, whatever the issue is. We got all these protests that happen in the streets because of a racist, white cop that done did something to a black person. Why don't we just have, or we got protests in the streets in Texas a protest of like 3 people at this place in Texas that happened, but whites standing against black violence against whites. No, I got a better idea. Let's get together and let's go protest in the name of peace and a stop to the violence as a whole. A stop to senseless violence is what I think the name of it should be, because some violence is warranted. I do believe that. Like, you got to defend your home and your livelihood and all of that good stuff, but senseless violence. Let's protest to stop the senseless violence. Why don't we do that? Why don't we take a stand against all forms of corruption throughout our country, whether that be on a political level or a societal level in the community, like social corruption, Why don't we do a protest to say, let's stop rewarding artists that promote degeneracy? Why don't we do that? Why don't we do that? If that's where you think that the problems are, how come nobody's taking a stand? How come these millionaires and billionaires that are donating for the Free Palestine stuff or the Stand With Israel stuff or the whatever, why aren't they throwing the money into the community to stand against these things? No, they don't have anything to gain then. That's why. They need the degeneracy. They need it so they can keep people distracted and arguing about race and pointing to these people as the problem because they're black criminals, and then pointing to these people over here because they're white racists, and pointing to these. No. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. They playing a game on you. I was a part of it too. They played the game on me. I was falling into the same traps, man. I was falling in. You got to open your eyes. And the only way to open your eyes, man, is to get up in your word. Pray. Talk to God. Let him lead before you come on and say anything. It's really that simple. And once you start doing that, and then you start getting around like-minded people that share the same ideology as you, which is in Christ, the same mindset, they got that same Holy Spirit. Well, then now you got a powerhouse. Now you got a team of people that are willing to stand with you, that are willing to donate. If they can't donate their time, then to donate financially, to help in the cause. And I really feel that that's what we need to be doing, y'all. We need to be getting together, whether that be virtually or in person, and coming up with a game plan to inject some Christ into these problems, because that's really the only way that they could be fixed. And not to throw shade on anybody else that practices any other religion. I love you all the same. But for me, Christ is the answer. Jesus is the answer for the world today. Not saying to go and be preaching and all that. No, I'm saying in our lives, the way that we act, it should be Christ-like. And if we start doing that and then doing the things that Christ went and tried to heal people. Not try, he did. He healed people. He fed people. That's what he did. That's what we should be doing. Healing people, feeding people in the way that we can. You know, obviously you can't just put your hands on somebody and make them see, but you can be out there. You could be donating something, whether that's your time or your money, to a cause that you know is right, that is Christ-led, to help fix these issues. My last thing that I'm going to leave you with. When people come up in your comment section, right? Bro, if it's negative to anybody out there, if you share a post, if it's negative, let that roll down your back. Act like that does not even exist. It's not there. And don't put a color on it. Attribute that to the devil. That's the practice that I want you to put. There's a war going on in this world. They make you think that it's Democrat and Republican. They make you think that it's white and black. It's good and evil. That's it. So when somebody got something negative, hurtful, harmful to say to you, that's not coming from a white person. That's not coming from a black person. That's coming from the devil. That's coming from your enemy. That's coming from the adversary. That person, you're supposed to be reminding them that that's not who they are. I know some people don't like that, you know, but that's your duty. If you're a real believer, that's your duty. That's your duty. They can't hurt you. You don't strive with them. You don't strive with them. They didn't harm you. They got words. Don't even worry about it. Let it roll off your back. If you ever have the opportunity and you're in front of them, well, then you got the opportunity to show them who you are. You got the literal spirit of God in your heart, man. They can't do nothing to you. No harm can come to you from them. They can make you think it. It'll never happen if you really got that faith, bro. It ain't never gonna happen. All right? Let it roll off your back. Keep on shining. Let your light shine before men. Let your light shine before men, man. Be cautious of the things that you're putting out there. Because if you're saying the wrong thing, you're opening yourself up for attack. You know, you got to be able to stand on what you're saying. And if it's divisive, if it's got you caught up in a racial, you know, you caught up in a people being racial towards you on both sides, you catching it from the racist white dudes and the pro-black power dudes, and you catching it from both sides, you got an issue there. You must have did, brother, where's Christ at? Where is Christ at in this message? That's got to be the thing that's asked. Same thing for a person that's a lighter skinned American, white. You catching it from both sides, or you only attracting one type of people. Well, we know what's going on here. You're the race baiters, you know? Don't be a race baiter. And don't make content that, I mean, do what you do. You're going to do what you do. I'm not the content police. I'm just critiquing. That's all I'm doing. I'm just critiquing. Do what you do. But for me, I'm just going to put it like this. For me in my house, we should serve the Lord. You know what I'm saying? We going to keep on making the kind of content that we make, and I'll be talking about issues like that. And let me just say, shame on you, lady. Shame on you. You're going to call a little boy the N-word. Yeah, I know people are just saying, oh, it's just a word. With sticks and stones break my bones. I get that, but that's a kid. That's that's a toddler. 5 years old? That's a little dude. You know? He stole from her purse. Everybody's missing that. I read that. Somebody said that. Well, the kid stole from her purse, so he deserved it. He's a kid. He's a kid, bro. 5 years old. 5. Come on. Let's be real. It's ridiculous. Shame on you, lady. You grown. You should know better than that. You ain't gonna repeat it. Don't repeat it. And then all these people. Boy, I'll tell you. Y'all got to do better. I'm praying for all of y'all. I'm praying for all of y'all that was in that comment section, boy. I'm telling you. Y'all need some help. That's all I got. That's it. Yo, I love you guys, man. I hope y'all have a fantastic night. I had a busy day today. I'm sorry I didn't come live earlier in the morning. I will be doing it tomorrow. But I had a really, really busy day. It was a good day though. It was a really good day, but it was a busy day. So God bless y'all, man. Unite, don't fight, be a street light, because only you could be the change you wish to see in this world. And when you get too stressed out, you gotta remember to pray, America, because without God, everything falls apart. And that's a fact. I will catch you guys on the next one. Cash Lee Kelly signing over and out. I'm gone.